Some people don't want to let go of 2016 so bad. And I don't mean that you would think these people who are complaining, you would think that they were robbed of an election. Like, like we were. Like, like where the machines didn't work. Hundreds of thousands of people pushed off voting rolls. Shady caucuses where out of 20 coin tosses, 19 came up in favor of Hillary mysteriously. Where Bernie Sanders could win a state 3 to 1? And still the delegate count, the super delegates, give all their delegates to Hillary Clinton anyway? Well, over 60% of the voters said, we want Bernie. And the super delegates go, nah, you don't know what you want. We want to go ahead and go with Hillary because she's so, we love her, Oh, my God, she lost to Trump. Oh, my God, we got to blame other people. Well, that's still going on. It is still happening to this day. I am not a broken record. I am reporting what's happening right now. As we speak, this is what's going on right now. They are still complaining about 2016 and about Susan Sarandon. Because you may not know this or not, but Susan Sarandon is all-powerful. We're not talking about the philanthropy that she exercises. We're not talking about her humanitarian work all across the globe. We're not talking about all the causes that she's fought for. Women's rights, poverty, health, environment. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about she's all-powerful because if it wasn't for Susan Sarandon, Hillary would have won. Yeah. That's what would have happened. These people still don't understand how the Electoral College works. Hillary did win with the number of votes. She just didn't win the Electoral College. Now, you may be sitting there wondering, Tim Black, are people that stupid? Is it 2019? We have a new Democratic primary coming up. Are they still talking about 2016? Yes, they are. Boldly, too. It's almost as if they have nothing else to focus on. Well, let me tell you what sort of brought this back up.
When people know and when they hear the senator's policies, when they see his track record, when they know how authentic he is and how he has been fighting for these issues for so long, he is the only one that has that reputation. He is not someone who used to be a Republican. He is not someone who used to take money or still takes money from Wall Street. He is the real deal. And that's why this is it. We don't have time for incremental change. We don't have time for middle ground. And I'm sure that as people who live off the land, as people who see the crises in various communities, and people who are thinking for themselves, you understand that this is the moment we have to stand up and be counted and bring people in. And I want to thank you as a New Yorker for leading the way. I want to thank you for my grandchildren. Thank you. Oh, now I'm supposed to say, is he ready? Is the senator ready? Here he comes, the man of the hour, the man that we want to hear, that we're really here to hear from, Senator Bernie Sanders, the real deal.
So that was the part that pissed him off, guys. This is why there was all this fury on Twitter. There was a lot of fury on Twitter because Susan Sarandon had the audacity to point out the truth, that Bernie Sanders was never a Republican. The reason why that is such a controversial statement is because somebody was for a very long time. And that somebody is Senator Elizabeth Warren. Step right up. Oh, it's okay to chastise Bernie for being an independent, but it's not okay for people to call out the fact Elizabeth Warren was a Republican through her adult life. Yeah, they're upset. This really hurt their feelings, guys, that someone would actually speak factually. And it's so bad. It's so horrific because it's only facts. It's cold outside. You bringing up the truth about the weather. It gets worse, guys. Check this out. Holly Otterbein. Holly Otterbein said he's not someone who used to be a Republican, says Susan Sarandon, while introducing Bernie Sanders at an ice cream social in Iowa, talking about how he's fought for the same issues for years. Talking about how he's fought. This woman works for someplace where she writes. She doesn't name names, but Elizabeth Warren was formerly a registered Republican. Yeah. And that, after Holly did that, this is what others did. They got butthurt because that's what they do. They didn't refute it. They just got butthurt. Here we go. Susan Sarandon is trashing Elizabeth Warren at an official Bernie Sanders campaign event, and she is introducing Bernie to the stage. This is done with his approval. He signed off on this speech. Disgusting. Even more. You cannot call yourself a progressive if you're going to shade people who progress from bad politics to better politics. This is so unhelpful and so preposterous. Imani Gandhi. Angry black lady. How about stupid black lady? How about that? I think I'll go with stupid over angry. I chimed in here. I had a little something to say myself. I'm not bragging, but the tweet did all right. Those blaming Susan Sarandon for Hillary's loss are morons. Hillary was endorsed by Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders. See how I slid that in? Jay-Z, Beyonce, Snoop, Thor, Iron Man, Homer, and Ariana Grande. And she still couldn't pull it off. Let it go this time. Don't vote for a loser. When I did this screenshot, it was doing pretty good. Pretty good. So, what have we learned here today, Johnson? What have we learned today, Poindexter? We have learned, Kathy, that some people don't like facts. And we've also learned, pointing out a fact about a rival candidate, an opponent candidate, because there's one job to get here, that's presidency, the nomination to run for presidency. Pointing out a fact about your opponent is called trashing. If you think that's what trashing is, I'd like to welcome you to the actual general election.
Now, before I go any further in this, I want to say this. Like anyone who's being honest with themselves, I know that I have made mistakes. I am sorry for harm I have caused. I have listened and I have learned a lot. And I am grateful for the many conversations that we've had together. It is a great honor to be able to partner with Indian country. And that's what I've tried to do as a senator. And that's what I promise I will do as President of the United States of America.
That was Elizabeth Warren attempting to seize control of and end the controversy over a narrative that has dogged her campaign, deservedly or otherwise. She started her remarks at an Iowa forum on Native American issues today with an apology. You might remember her past claims of Native American ancestry have been the subject of much ridicule, particularly from Donald Trump, who still refers to the Massachusetts senator as Pocahontas. And last week, even Trump was questioning if he went there too soon.
Too early. It's like Elizabeth Warren. I did the Pocahontas thing. I hit her really hard, and it looked like she was down and out, but that was too long ago. I should have waited, but don't worry. We will revive it. It can be revived. It can be right? It will be revived, and it can be revived very easily and very quickly.
This is why I say these people are not built for this. They're not built for politics. They're not built for any of it. And how dare you? You're not a progressive if you call out someone who made progress from being a Republican to being the Democrat. Yo, this is not a secret that Elizabeth Warren was a Republican. What's been a secret is all these great policies she suddenly has. That's the only secret there is. Well, gee whiz, Tim Black. Listen, I'm trying to figure out why raindrops keep falling on my windowsill. And I asked my mama, my panma, when I went to Panama, if golly gee whiz Willikers stickers and paydays and all types of ice cream cones with root beer floats and all types of goodies, all these things are beautiful. It tastes so good. Sugar floats. When I'm out there just living my life in Massachusetts, we're out here just doing our thing. I want to know why you're calling me out, Tim Black. I'm calling you out as Senator Elizabeth Warren because your people don't like fact. And they are already doing it where if you say, hey, this is what you got, this is not good, they go, screw you, it's your fault. And that's what they're doing to Susan Sarandon. She didn't even mention the woman's name. You already knew that she was a Republican. Why aren't you? I wonder how many times Holly Otterbein has written about it. Since she knew it, she already knew. It's not like, oh, what? Who's she talking about? I have no idea who Susan Sarandon is referring to. Could she be referring to someone we know? Please, somebody tell me. No, you already knew, Holly. Why haven't you wrote an article about the fact that Elizabeth Warren suddenly had a coming to Christ moment and realized, hey, I don't want to be a part of the Republican Party. Hey, I want to be a Democrat. When she was like 40-something. Hey! If not later, I don't know when she really did it. I know it was well beyond college, well beyond being a young person when she decided she wanted to be a Democrat. Or no longer be a Republican. It'll be something similar. So this is a competition. This is a debate. This is where people offer contrast. And a contrast is always offered about Bernie is he's not a Democrat. But Lord behold, let him point out what you are. Let him point out what your favorites are. And all of a sudden, we have to dredge up 2016 and blame it on one individual. And by the way, I thought we were still blaming Russia. Seems like people got off the Russia train. It's like, I don't want to blame Russia anymore. Because we're not going to get anything out of that. Looks like we can't get anything out of that. Well, let's go back to blaming Susan Sarandon. Yeah, we can still blame her, a single individual. Yeah, let's go back and do that. It's stupid on so many levels. I would waste more time or spend more time telling these people how stupid they are, but we got other stories to get to, and you're just not that important. But let it be known that if you pick Elizabeth Warren, you will lose, and you will get more Trump. Now, it won't be as bad as if you pick Kamala Harris. You pick Kamala Harris, you got no shot at all. But still, I believe if you pick Elizabeth Warren over Bernie Sanders, you will lose. That's what I believe. If I thought it was different, I'd say it. I'm not paid by any party. It's just what I believe in my gut. It's what I've looked at from my notes. It's what I've looked at in my research. Elizabeth Warren still running around apologizing for gaffes she made with the Native American people. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. Like a coal miner's daughter all of a sudden, all the time. Always the withering voice. I'm so sorry. I know I've made mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, you did. Standing Rock.